Welcome back, gang. It's Deltia from DeltiusGaming.com, and in this video we cover the early stages of the Dark Brotherhood testing and my opinions and impressions of it. We got a bunch of new things to do, specifically a new skill line, a huge, massive new sprawling area, not quite as big as Orsinium, but bigger than the Thieves Guild Lava's Landing. Also, we got a new skill line here for the Dark Brotherhood that only affects PvE, and a really cool new skill called the Blades of Woe. Basically an instant kill cam, if you will, for ESO. I absolutely love it so far. Also, I'm going to explain to you the amount of content you're looking at and if you should or should not get this based on the type of player you are. Early impressions, I really like this so far over the Thieves Guild, but I want to get in depth and explain to you how to get started, what it looks like, talk quest, and should you buy this content or not. Okay, so we're inside the creepy looking Dark Brotherhood, and as you can see, they put a lot of detail in this, and it feels very Skyrim-y, it feels very Oblivion-y. Yes, I know those aren't words, but I really like the detail and the art that went into this. It's just staggering. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But let's get to the nitty-gritty, and that's how do you get started with this content. So on the public test server, which that's what I'm at right now, you can buy it. And so you're going to go to the featured, you're going to scroll down to DLC, Dark Brotherhood, and then once you purchase it, you go to your collections. So the collections here tell you all the DLC you've got. And then all you have to do is quest accept. So when this launches, I don't know if this is how you're going to be able to do it, but I imagine every starter town and each faction will have an easy way to do this. And this is also the costume you get after completing the first initial quest. So after you do that, you're going to get a chance to travel here, and that is the Gold Coast. And so the initial town here, Anvil, and then you have Kvatch over here. And so the initial town is going to give you the starter quest, the basic stuff, who you meet, why, and get you into the Dark Brotherhood. So once you get into the Dark Brotherhood, you're going to be sent to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary up here. And that's where I'm at. It's basically like the questing hub. I liken it to the Thieves Guild. So in the Thieves Guild, you had a questing hub with a skill line, and you got different skills unlocked as you leveled this up. So just like the Thieves Guild, basically you have to fulfill story, side quest, main story, and level the skill line up in order to unlock further story, further quest. So that's how I have been doing it, playing for about 3 to 4 hours, and I haven't even scratched the surface in this. Also, you have some alchemy and enchanting tables, a shadowy supplier. So the whole potion thing and poisons is really a big part of this, making it really cool. Also, you have some new collectibles. Like I said, I just got this one just for doing the initial costume, and I think the racial motifs are coming into the game. I don't know if they're in this patch, but they'll be coming out soon, because you gotta see the Dark Brotherhood armor on these people. It's absolutely gorgeous. Though, as you can see, a lot of detail. So let's talk about the quest, however. So the quests here are going to be under your guild. You're going to have basic stuff like contracts. So you're going to go murder a bunch of civilians or whatnot. And then you're going to have your main story quest that kind of advances the story until you complete it at max level. So the quests are pretty much standard, but they seem a lot more fun. So let me go here and show you just like a few clips of me doing the quest, and so you can see if this is something you'd like to do. The further you go into the quest, the more interesting they start to become, mixing in different elements from previous quest and or content. So for instance, you don't just have the nuke Blade of Woe doing everything, which is quite fun, but you have a mix. You have some breaking and entering, some stealing, some sneaking around, and of course combat. So it's a nice change of pace from the Thieves Guild, which it was pretty much just sneaking around and you were harshly punished for engaging in anything. Plus, the quests have a really cool, interesting story. I like the main story so far. The bad guys are pretty cool and interesting, and you kind of feel for the Dark Brotherhood as the underdog, surprisingly. So, interesting decisions as well. A lot of killing, a lot of cool stuff, and then you get some rewards at the end. So, what I like so far about the quest, it's a nice balanced pace of combat, having fun, and it just seems a lot more fun than the Thieves Guild. Also, you got a new piece of gear, Sithis, and I'll get to the gear review later. So far, I'm really impressed with the content. Now, the rewards and incentives to do this long term probably aren't there for someone that's at endgame and looking for the best in slot, absolute most powerful gear. However, it's just a lot more fun than the Thieves Guild, personally. And the reason why I think is obviously the lore and history of the Dark Brotherhood makes it fascinating, but the quests balance different elements and not just sneaking around. So you got sneaking around, you got your execution, Blade of Woe, all these cool skill lines that you've been leveling up, like Ledgerman, Thieves Guild, Undaunted, all this stuff is starting to add up to make a really cool character, like a sneak thief / assassin. So I hope to be doing a build on this called maybe Nightingale soon on my Khajiit Nightblade, and I like it so far. I think it's a lot better than the Thieves Guild. The downside, however, is that the quest line is pretty much all you get. There's a big, huge rebalance in the game, no more veteran levels, which I'll do a review on as well, but there's no trial, there's no extra dungeon, there's no PvP arena, but it does revitalize Imperial City, which is not connected to the patch per se, but it makes that Sanctum Ophidia and some older content relevant again. Overall, if you like solo questing in this game, I say you gotta have the Dark Brotherhood. If you're a hardcore raider or an endgame PvPer, there's probably not much for you to do in this particular patch unless you want the costumes and just to experience it one time. So my recommendation is get it if you like the Dark Brotherhood and you like the lore. It's a lot of fun. The Blade of Woe is really cool. Don't get it if you're looking for some hardcore endgame experience. Here comes this person. Hey, what's up, man? Don't be ruining my video. Anyways, I'll get to the nameplates as you can see them over there. I'm going to get to guard, gear review, vet ranks. Got a lot of videos, but it's been really hard to test DPS because the add-ons aren't working. So I'm going to put that off for a couple of days because, well, I want to get accurate information out to you guys. So until then, we're going to get to basically the nuts and bolts of what else has been added and talk about some of the skills as well. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this helps you decide if you want to purchase the Dark Brotherhood. Share, like, subscribe, please. I really enjoy when you guys give me some comments, and share this information with people because, hey, Baby D got to eat. We'll talk to you next time.